welcome to our 81st, even though it said 80 previously. I did not change that today. Gorilla Radio. And I'm Joe Caprino, and I have Mike Reiser here. We're coming. Oh!
What up?
Troy's our first one in here. I know my buddy old Nick, he's been antsy, waiting for me to get on. So, man, got lots of notifications here. So, yeah, we're coming a little day late. Had a nice, fun seating meeting. Now the brackets we're waiting for those to come out. It's sectional week. Mike, one more set of rankings, and you're done. You can hang up the ranking boot.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I generally like to go through and just make sure I'm not missing anybody or, overlooking maybe like someone like that lost early on and then you find out that's their only loss. So then we expanded to 20, man. So some of them will be a lot easier at 20. There we go. We're back. We're not distorted anymore. Some of them will be a little bit tougher to take the 20. But we were just talking. Some of the weights, you start looking at the guys outside of the top 16 right now, and it's loaded.
Yeah. We've been talking for about 20.
About like 26 as a couple undefeated guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
We've been talking about 20 minutes about some of the brackets and stuff and some of the potential draws. So we're waiting for. Oh man, we're waiting for the everything. I know what's going on here.
Joe, yours is all fuzzy because you're trying to be in witness protection right now from everyone putting these pictures up. You're trying to unlawfully using your image.
Yeah, Mr. You notice I am the Extreme Coach of the Year. Hopefully my audio is better now because I am talking on the proper channel. If I'm not, someone will say something. But yes, I forgot to mention I guess I got voted Penn's Extreme Coach of the Year. Pretty proud of that accomplishment, I guess. I don't know who else was up for the award. What do you?
Well, not sure. Probably Chad.
Yeah, that probably doesn't go over well. It probably doesn't go over well when someone outside the program is the Extreme Coach of the Year. Man, of course. Audio input, output. Why are we having audio issues? Mute, unmutes microphone. No. Go ahead, Mike. I'm trying to fix this.
All right. Okay. Yeah, when we were just kind of talking a little bit off air about like some of the brackets that have been turned in, which we appreciate. Just kind of going over them and seeing where guys are landing, and there was rumors like guys would be moving here or there, but so far, you've seen a little bit, but nothing crazy. And I think that's the other part of it. Like you want to see where guys fall. We don't change the rankings after the last one, so this will be the last set. I'll have an East Chicago set out and the state rankings. So state rankings will go to 20. What do we usually do for semi-state? Would you go to 10?
Hold on a second.
Yes.
That'd be tough too.
Yeah, we usually
some of the semi-state ones would be pretty tough where you see going to 10.
Yeah, usually they go to 10 or some. I don't know. Sometimes some people go to 12. I know that Howie got me some rankings, and we're gonna wait till we get everything. We'll see what his say. Usually he goes 8 to 10. Let's see what his look like. I haven't even looked at those. Newcastle, he has. Hopefully he has 8. So is my sound better? It should be better.
How is the man, bro?
Yeah. I was like, let's wait till we get.
I can hear you.
Okay. I think it's okay. Now I'm echoing. What?
How?
I know. Hold on a second. None. Try this again. Take 6. I had to add my new banner and everything. My echoing now. It should not be. Can you hear me, Mike?
I think what's probably going to happen is I'm going to cut out now, and then we'll be right back.
Yes. Of course, we're technical difficulties. I'm not going to turn this computer off. I'm not going to change any settings. It's not going to come to it, but okay. Sounds like we're better. Okay. Whew. Technical difficulties are over. I kind of know what I'm doing finally. Okay. So rankings. Howie's got 8 for his. I think Caleb said he's going to do 10. I don't know what Dustin's doing. He's watching professional wrestling. He's not even watching Brayton Lee wrestle, which is ridiculous. Um, so yeah. So and you do you usually you'll go to 10 for your semi-state, or are you going to go to 12 to make sure you get everybody?
I think I'm gonna do 10. Like I said, like some of them are gonna be easy, and some of them there's some of them go 12, and there's other ones. It's tough to get 8.
Yeah,
That's just kind of the way it is at the semi-state level for East Chicago right now.
yeah,
Um, it's starting to feel like a lot of guys are going the same way. Like 2 is an awesome weight, 170 is an awesome weight, and then there's some other weights that you're like, man, like through results just to find a good record.
yeah. Well, 220 had a little bit of a surprise entry at the conference last week. Willie Kreider.
Yeah, two like surprise entrance at conference.
Oh, who's the other 220?
John Thomas from Mishawaka was at 220,
Oh yes, 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 yes. Forgot about him. Yeah, that's 2 weeks ago.
and
Yeah,
and Evan Bates.
and Evan Bates. Yeah, that all of a sudden that weight class became really interesting because you got regional champs out of Kreider, Thomas, and
Bates and
Bates
Streck.
and They're all 4 different regionals, right?
Yep.
So that's
And then you
that.
throw in guys like Bobby Babcock, who's a freshman and sophomore champ coming out of the same regional as Jason Streck. So uh, yeah, East Chicago's shaping up pretty good at 220.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty solid. Um, yeah, and I think I know Thomas has been wrestling 220, and so that's something that kind of we're talking about is like, you know, you're gonna possibly draw into Kreider, you're possibly gonna draw into Dancy at heavyweight if he doesn't beat Hezzy, and then you're like, oh, he's down at 220, so that's gonna make it interesting, and then all of a sudden Kreider's there, so whoa, Brett Smith.
Yeah, and that's tough, man. I mean, heavyweight would be tough. The regional champs out of there it'll be difficult to get those guys through. So as much as I've been trash talking East Chicago, they they're putting together now, and it's starting to look like there's some weights where it's gonna be really tough. I mean, it's not gonna be like that Evansville 126 where you're gonna have a bunch of guys in the top 10 possibly wrestling. I mean, what do you got coming out of that Mooresville regional? You're gonna have Ray Rio, Benny Dalton, Tyson Montgomery. Those 3 right there are good, and then you have a guy like I can't even think of his name right now. The Ben Davis kid who's wrestling really well. Those 4 come out of the same regional.
Yeah, and you got
Then
he's gonna run
with the possibility to draw Gavin Allstott.
Yeah, you're hitting Gavin Allstott. You're hitting Hayhurst.
Hayhurst.
Let's see who else we got. Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Cameron Allen from Mooresville, from Plainfield, and then yeah,
Yeah.
that's a pretty There's gonna be some fun. There's the semi-state brackets are always fun to say the least. So
Yeah. So, and I mean, you could have 1, 2, and 3, or if Benny was to beat Rio, you got one. You could have a possible 1 and 3 with Allstott. I would be willing to bet Allstott's the favorite out of his regional, but just that's a nasty semi-state at that weight. And to that, like I feel like Fort Wayne's getting that way at 126. 126 is a really good weight. I mean, I know that's been some of the talk on the board was that like the Mendez effect, where you're getting some guys that are going down. Like out of Fort Wayne, you got Bo Humphrey, Landon Birch, Dylan Stroud's undefeated. Yeah, Payne Blackburn, Harper Deadman's undefeated.
Yeah, then you got Darren Cool, Blaine Mallet, Eric Garcia, Reister from Charbusco, and then Chandler Shearer. Yeah, that's just a deep weight. A lot of good, solid kids that someone's going to be staying home. That probably shouldn't be. That's the Fort Wayne way. We're going to put all our best kids in one weight, just one weight. Everyone, all our best kids go right one weight.
Which is crazy because I mean, like Landon Birch was wrestled 120 this year. He's like, I'm gonna get in the mix.
Yeah, let's throw my hat in the ring here. I want to have some fun. Yeah, and Birch and Blackburn are in the same regional. So Blackburn got the death draw last year because he lost to Braden Curtis, and then he drew into Hunter Watts. That was So Blackburn's probably not liking life right. He's like, man, maybe I should go 32. And heck, I don't know. We haven't seen their bracket, so he might have said, "Hey, screw this. I'm going to go up to 130." But they have a pretty solid 132, I think. So that's yeah, they have a pretty solid 132. So that's that's it's one of those things where you're kind of stuck there, and you gotta play it out and go out and wrestle. I mean, that's what we do here. In we have to wrestle, and we don't get you know. So yeah, he could draw Blackburn, or the loser of Birch and Blackburn could wrestle Deadman, Humphrey, um, or yep, Stroud's a Stroud and Harper and Deadman are regional champs, or in the same regional. I think Mallet might be the better guy out of that regional from East Noble. So that's the out of the Goshen regional. That might be the weakest link to come out of there. So Tony Abbott says he is at 26. So yeah, 26 is going to be pretty tough. 20 is going to be pretty tough. Uh, yeah, that's going to be interesting in Fort Wayne. So
Yeah, I
um,
mean there's a bunch of those across the board.
yeah,
Like across the board, there's like weights. You can go in the state and it's just be like, man, that's wild. Like, why would you want to go that way?
yeah. I'm just gonna eat and be happy. Why cut weight? It's and 32 actually. I mean, 32 out of Fort Wayne's gonna be pretty solid. I know Heath and Shelton, they're in the same regional. Heath just beat him 3-1, and loser of that could be hit going right into Cottingham. And Cottingham's pretty darn good. He's been to state 3 times, so obviously that means a lot. Um, yeah,
Yeah, he has a win over Heath.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, and Heath and Shelton are going to wrestle each other 2 weeks in a row, most likely. So, um, yeah. So it's going to be Fort Wayne's going to be interesting. Obviously, there's some vested interest um, I have here, so it's gonna be fun. Seating meetings are fun. It looks like Brett Smith said they spent 30 minutes on one weight class. We took an hour at Carroll, but I can understand why Brett Smith has some, why seating took a little bit longer there. It's also why Carroll's sectional seating meetings have been a little bit less time consuming. I'm not gonna mention any names, but if you have any raisins, that's a good thing to eat at this time. Not pointing any fingers. So, what did I guess, Mike? What did you do this week? Anything fun? Any good matches? Any?
No, I didn't do anything. I watched like, some stuff on track and just chilled and watched Narcos.
Nice.
So I watched season 2 and season 3 of Narcos. My truck's in the shop, so I have a rental truck.
Oh,
So I'm trying
nice.
to limit the amount of driving. There wasn't a ton going on like Station Super Duel, but I didn't make it out there. Uh, I watched the NCC conference on. I watched the NCC conference on track, not video, just stick figures. But I don't know. I'm excited to see Jordy folks,
Yeah, he's
undefeated Jordy folks. We got the undefeated thread going.
yeah. We got some few undefeated guys. That's one of my fun one. My favorite topics is you get that list, and we always parse them out by weight, and then you kind of cross them off as we get. As we get going through the state series. I know it's going to be kind of fun.
I don't, Nick. I, I had a lift yesterday, and I'm feeling it today. So I think what do they say? Like, now we gotta like go and do another one. Like I can barely walk up these stairs.
You can go do some air squats and stuff. Oh yeah. So
I yelled at Kim for like making too many like stairs in the house. Like why do we do this to ourselves?
so yeah, it's pretty it's always an interesting week of wrestling because a lot of the teams in Northwest Indiana get their conferences done, then they have the week off, and then over here in Northeast Indiana we have all our conferences except for the Carroll and Homestead. We're too cool for conferences. We get the weekend off, and then a lot of good conferences around here. I know Garrett won the NECC, the NEC, first time since 2004, I believe. It's actually where they won both of them. I think they won one of them last year. Nick will correct me in about 2 seconds. Then Belmont won the Northeast 8. That was a pretty good. Them and Columbia City were pretty close towards until the end. I think Belmont pulled away, and then the ACAC Friday night got done at midnight. Came down to the last match, and I think Jay County won. They lost last year by like 1 point. They end up winning by about 3 or 4 points. So Okay, so they won it, but 2004 was the only year they won both the the duels uh, and the tournament. So yeah, around here that was what the NCC had some good matches. A lot of that's the biggest
Yeah,
conference in the world. It goes from Eastern Indiana. It goes from Richmond to Lafayette, Jeff. So
yeah.
that's a lot.
I thought there were some good moves there. I thought Harrison. I mean, I think Crown Point's running away with East Chicago. Crown Point's stacked, but Harrison did a good job of like kind of moving with Kreider down. I think they're the heavyweight they have in there now. He's pretty solid. Kreider at 220 gives them another guy that's going to be in contention. I don't think he. I don't. I'm in the prediction business. I know someone said like, how do we gamble on like kids? I'm not gambling on it, but I would say like, I would think Bates would be the favorite there. And then that Luke. Yep. And then that Luke Backus kid cutting from 220 to 195 was a good move for them also. So you still got Poindexter, Sam Hine. So I like Harrison's chances. So don't tell Wrestling Scholar. I get my region card pulled. They might get. So the joke we always say is like, how many guys from Logansport are going to get through? We usually say about 7 every year. I guess every semi-state has a team like that. That's kind of like the down team, the down area. But with Attica and Harrison being pretty strong, they might get 11 this year.
Whoa, man,
Setting records.
man, Wrestling Scholar you might give him a heart attack. Jeez, man, you're making that kind of prediction. Is that a taco prediction?
Oh man, what was it? We did have the taco bet that I never got paid up on because I love tacos.
I don't know. I think it was something like it was like 5. It was something really low that was like, and I think you won it, right? Because it was only.
I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So yeah, when we do the last semi-state rankings, I'll do a power poll, kind of like we do for the state. That is not a dual poll. That is based on our rankings, just so people don't get upset when we screw somebody over. And I'll pick on you, Nick, because you're here. Like they see Garrett pretty high because they have a couple highly ranked guys. Yes, that's how the power poll goes. It's based on the rankings, and I'll do a semi-state one. I have one for Fort Wayne just because I like to do that and I kind of watch it. So, I'll do that for the semi-states. That's always fun to see. It's always fun to kind of see where if our rankings are good, who's the better teams. It's a little bit better for the semi-state because we do have you'll score points with your 4 to 8 ranked, 4 to 10 ranked guys. They will score points sometimes if they win a match. So that's always fun to kind of look at. I always like looking at I know you look at the power poll to kind of compare state rankings with like the top 10-ish, things like that. So
Yeah, I think I did see some of that I think that Dane caught the blunt of that because I think that Dane does that. How is we beat Monterey 3 times? How are they better than us? Like, I just plug numbers, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like your rankings are like, oh, I got to make sure Monterey is going to win this. No, it's you're looking at all the weights. Yeah, and the power poll is just 100% based on rankings. There's a point value with each value.
Yeah,
it's listed right there in the thing how much you can do it yourself, and some people have stolen that idea from other places. No comments. So I believe they are supposed to score all the matches at semi-state this year. That is what I heard. I don't know. We will never know officially until that first round. And if you start scoring points, that's when you do it. So, and I believe it's 14, 10, 8, 6 is the placement points since there's only 4 placers. It's something like that. But my power poll, I'll bring it up and see what I can figure out here. Because you don't get the 16 like you usually do. My power poll is it's 14, 10. I want to say 8 and then 6. Is that right? That sounds right. Something like that. So that'd be.
I got this.
Yeah.
I got this nice cup from the Region Sports Network.
Oh, nice. they giving those out. So I'll
My
look at that
truck.
real quick. Brackets will be released tomorrow morning on Track Wrestling. And if
I got one for you if you want it, man. They gave me 4.
He gave you 4 what? Oh, cups.
What? Mine is?
So
It's not me. Sorry, someone's breaking in my truck right now.
oh, nice.
I gotta go use my second amendment, right?
Nice.
Hold on a second.
Well, as we talk here, it's 14 points for the champions. 7 and 4. 10, 7, 4. That's what it is. So I gotta change that. So yes, supposedly they're supposed to be scoring every match there. And I probably need to update my spreadsheet because that's not right. So yes, and Mike is doing something over there. Brackets will be out tomorrow morning on Track Wrestling. If you can follow on we do have a nice bracket area that is nice and fun that you can check out all the brackets. Yes, Mike has to go rid the neighborhood of the riffraff, so you get to talk to me. Not that Nick didn't see enough of me. So seating and stuff was lots of fun. It was the quickest in the history of the Carroll Sectional. So that's always nice. Let's see. This week, there's not much going on other than sectionals. There's 3 duels. There's actually was a duel tonight between Yorktown and Bishop Lures. Oh, there's Mike. He's back.
I didn't have. It's a rental. I didn't have to shoot anybody.
Let him take it. Nice. So, yes.
So there's 3 duels this week?
Yes, there were 3 duels. There was one. The Yorktown and Bishop Lures wrestled tonight.
Yep.
And that was very interesting because I believe a Bishop Lures kid would not have been eligible for sectional if they didn't have a duel. And then I was like looking at my article that we always have. We have the other 2 duels. You have North Vermilion at Oakwood, Illinois, and Brebeuf Jesuit in Crispus Attucks. That was moved from last week. So then it's 32 sectionals. So it should be some fun wrestling. We're going to have some good brackets, movement in our rankings and such. So I'm kind of excited for that. Mike, I guess, where are you going to be this week?
I'm going to be at the Portage Sectional doing some announcing, doing a little live coverage from RSN.
Nice.
I don't think they're covering the Chicago. I think it's just Crown Point and Portage. So when you guys get done with your day, you can check out the finals. I hope it's just the finals. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't even look at they send me an email all the time to confirm.
It says Portage has an Andrean, Calumet, Griffith, Highland, Hobart, Lake Station, Portage, and River Forest. So Hobart and Portage will be in many of the finals, it looks like.
Yeah.
From what I can tell. And then you said the Crown Point, Boone Grove, Hanover Central, Hebron, Kankakee Valley, Lake Central, Lowell.
Could be some good ones.
Yeah, there's some good. That's a pretty solid sectional. Yeah, obviously Crown Point's the heavy favorite, but
Lowell
has some good kids. Lake Central has some good kids. Wheeler has a couple good guys. Kankakee Valley has some solid guys. So that should be an interesting sectional.
Yeah,
individually.
Diaz Bettage rematch. You have Abel Verbeek and Aiden Sneed at 170. And then it's going to be a lot of Crown Point. Crown Point's pretty good. Who's on the mic at CP? The legend Josh Morgan.
Ooh.
Someone told me Josh Morgan sounds just like, I think it was, Salome would be good. Salome's been wrestling really well. Someone told me Josh Morgan sounds like John Gruden.
Nice.
Yeah. They're making funny. Where did you say those guys are from?
Hebron. Is it Hebron or Hebron? Hebron.
It's Hebron.
Hebron. Yeah, Hebron.
We said.
Hey, at least I'm saying Hobart right, Zach. I'm saying Hobart.
I know,
I've been doing that forever.
I know people used to say, "Hey, what's going on?" That's Hobart. I said, "I don't know what Hobart is."
It's Hobart. So yes, yeah. Oh yeah. Nick wants us to promote the Poppy and Yay Daddy podcast. I guess they're gonna try to get in this game. Nick keeps wanting to be on this one. I told him he could come over for the pre-show, and he'd probably enjoy that more than the the actual regular show. So, yep, I did update my points values for the semi-state ones, so we should have a good semi-state um, power poll. I think it was wrong last year, so we will fix that. So, Mike, I guess what do we talk about? We didn't really plan this very well.
Do we have any like all century team?
I didn't do that this week.
Did we do the voting for that? No?
No, I did not. We can talk about it because then we can vote on it and see if people actually listen to us. Because I was supposed to do 160.
But
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm saying, Troy Hahn. How do they not know that it's Carroll of Fort Wayne?
Oh, Troy, it's Carol. It's just Carol. Just Carol. Yeah. Yeah, they what's it go? Oh yeah, Nick Lee and Chad Red wrestled this weekend. That was very one-sided. Nick's gonna come next week. He's gonna hang out right behind us. He's gonna poke his head in every time I say something.
He's just gonna jump. He's gonna jump to that back screen or what?
Yes, it'll be live. Yeah, I guess the good question. Yeah, will the class of 2021 get a champ this year? I think I did a thing last year, and this is the first time in about 5 or 6 years that a sophomore class, after a sophomore year, a class has not had a champ. I'd say I think they get one this year. Who's your favorite? Who's your best? We should do the juniors, top juniors. That's what we need to do. That's what we're gonna do. We should do that. What do you think, Mike?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the juniors like chances. Obviously, like I like the 1 and 2 at 13. They're both juniors, Cotty and Ross.
Let me see.
Another junior. Let's see. Just going down the line here. The Bandit. You don't have no faith in the Bandit. I think the Bandit could pull that one out. Ray Rio's pretty good.
Yeah.
Roberson's wrestling really well.
Rio's a senior, isn't he? Rio's a senior,
but I'm just going down the weights. Yeah. Ben Dalton, Gavin Allstott, Stephen Roberson. Man. Juniors are pretty good there.
Okay, here we go.
Blake Borman, Logan Bailey would be good, but you got who's the next one? Logan Wagner, dangerous wrestler. Junior.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. Juniors. We got Borman, Cotty, Evan Bates, Dalton, Warren, Aiden Warren, Alec Freeman, Barack Ellis, Gavin Allstott, Kyson Montgomery, Ian Heath, David Pearson, Jaden Reynolds, Malik Hall, Logan Wagner, Jace Alexander, Stefan Robertson, and Harper Deadman. All guys that have placed last year. So I would say those guys all have pretty. I think. I'd say, yeah, Cotty, Borman, Bates, and Ellis are probably the top. Those are the 4 I'd pick to win. And yeah, you do have Cole Ross, who's a junior also. So those 2 are probably the top 2 there. Ross has been to state twice, no medals yet. But yeah, we should do our top 10 juniors.
Yeah, Cole Ross had a tough go, right? Like his freshman year, he lost to Pearson, got thrown.
Yeah, he was up and got put to his back and pinned. And then last year
he did not have a very strong semi-state. Was 4th and drew Jake Moran.
Yeah, and gave Moran a pretty solid match. I mean, that was a little bit of a mismatch, but I mean, that's definitely not the match. If I'm Jake Moran, that's not who I wanted to draw first round because you're gonna be pushed. So yeah, what's going on here? Oh, jeez, I'm getting mentioned in comments now. Yep. Yeah.
Nick Cross plugging your guy, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Muncie's pretty solid. I mean, he can. I mean, heavyweight. I think, you have some good guys there, and that's gonna be who's wrestling the best those last 2 weeks of the season. I like I like Grieve. I'm very fond of him. He's big and he'll beat me up if
Yeah,
I say bad things. But he's
I
you know
think I
he
think
could be
he's
in the
trying to
mix if he
steal him to the
wrestles.
Railroaders, man.
Yeah, yeah. So so let's go over our top juniors, if you
I
don't
think
mind me.
you gotta be careful. It sounds like the Railroaders are doing some Fort Wayne recruiting.
Yes. So, but it's on our spreadsheet under the top seniors tab, just so you know. If you just go scroll down a little bit,
I'm gonna have to. Yep, I'm going there.
okay, they should be all in order based on how they did last year. Let me see something real quick. We're doing awesome tonight because last night was
Uh-uh.
just busy.
All right.
Okay, so our juniors. Well, Alex Cotty, Blake Borman are the only ones that's been under the light. That have been under the lights. So I'd say those are 1 and 2. Ooh, man,
Yeah.
I'm saying probably Cotty number 1. He has a little bit of
Yeah,
national
he's
success.
been on the lights twice, right?
Yeah, uh, Borman. I mean, and he lost to 2 pretty good guys. So
Yeah, two guys that's been in the national rankings.
yeah, and Borman.
Borman, Borman lost a tough one.
Yeah, yeah, and he's had a little bit of national success. I mean, did really well at Flow Nationals and stuff. So I think he's pretty well there. Um, Evan Bates is pretty much probably a consensus number 3. His national success, um, right there. I mean, he's probably had a little bit more national success. I'd probably say there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But I mean, would you have any argument for Bates being number 1 or 2? Or I mean, I don't know. That's one of those things that not being under the lights kind of. He did lose
Yeah,
to
I agree with that. I like that.
Evan number 1.
No, I think three.
3. Okay, that's good. Um, so now we got number 4. Semifinalists, we have Ben Dalton. Aiden Warren has a medal and as a qualifier. Alec Freeman.
Brock Ellis.
Brock Ellis.
Brock Ellis.
You like
He's
Brock?
had some national success too, right?
Yeah, he placed at Fargo after his freshman year. That's a pretty solid one. Let's see. Warren was he a Greco All American? I believe Warren placed as a Greco-ish guy. I will pull that up, because there's a website that has all this information. Cadet. I believe Aiden Warren has done this. Aiden Warren was a cadet freestyle All-American. He finished 8th. So, do we pull him up as a number 5? 3rd place finisher and a qualifier?
Yeah, I did. I think so.
Okay. Man, this is too easy. You need some arguments here. Okay.
Yeah, these ones I think are pretty good. I think. Yeah, I was thinking Ellis placed in both styles too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Freeman has been looking good this year.
Yes, he has. You got Ben Dalton, who was 3rd last year. Freeman 3rd. All stock. Kyson Montgomery has 2 medals. So does David Pearson, a 5th. They both have a 5th and a 4th, just reversed. Ian Heath is a 5th and a qualifier. You got 2 medals out of Logan Wagner. I don't know. What do you?
Now this is tough.
Who is?
Now this is a tough spot here.
Yeah, I mean, this 6 through 10, we can probably interchange about 10 guys. Man, I don't know, dude.
I don't think we did, but we should.
No, we will talk about that in a few minutes. If you
I think Roberson.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna
I
say
think Roberson ahead of Montgomery.
Roberson over Montgomery.
Just kind of moving him around a little bit.
Oh yeah, Roberson did beat Montgomery, didn't he?
Yeah.
So that's a easier one.
Wagner.
Pearson, who has a 5th and a 4th. Man, I mean, Dalton and Freeman. Dalton, who'd he run? Dalton ran into a hammer his freshman year, didn't he? Who'd he run?
Kick around. Yeah.
Let's see. We
Would
have
have been at 6.
let's see, that'd have been 2 years ago. State series, semi-state. Let's see, who did they? Because Freeman was a JV his freshman year, correct?
Yeah, he was a backup.
Yeah, I mean not that it's any thing bad, but
Nah, just
quarters.
tough for him.
Yeah, Dalton lost to Cole Ross. That's who he had. That's not a bad loss. After
Who-
he lost to Cole
Yeah,
Ross.
who'd have won the regional Benny was in? That'd have been Kyson.
Yeah, Kyson won that one. So he would have either drawn into Allstott, Ross, or Noah Gardner. So, um, you got yes, like we were talking, Ian Heath. Um, I would say,
Yeah, this one's tough.
yeah. Oh man, I mean, Roberson, you know, oof, he's been wrestling real well this year though. That's the inner. I mean, and he was a backup he was a backup his freshman year, like
To,
to
to Moran.
Moran, who was a state champion.
Yeah.
Freeman was a runner up to or a backup to Cole Ross and Borman, basically, if you want to call 106 and 113. So man, I'd almost probably go, all stop maybe. He's been the state twice. He was in the semis. Him or Dalton is kind of who I would lean towards. I don't know. What do you think?
Did they wrestle last year?
Allstott and Dalton.
They would have wrestled last year at 13, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny was semi-state champ last year.
Benny would have won if he was third last year, so he would have beat him, and for third. So you give it to Benny,
Yeah, I think so.
and then
Then Allstott.
Oops, that's 7. Oof. So we got Montgomery, Pearson, Heath. Man, you got Wagner with 2 medals, and he's had some brutal weights, and he has some solid wins throughout his career. Some crazy Friday night matches, to say the least. Oof. I mean, I'd almost put Montgomery.
It's another interesting one. Go ahead.
I'd almost put Montgomery, but then that means if I put Montgomery in there, that means Roberson's over him. So
yeah, I think another interesting one. A guy like Malik Hall, 1 medal, was backup for 2 years. I don't even. But you look at it for a year. But it's a guy that last year came on strong, beat Roberson at the end.
Yeah.
He has 3 losses, all to Riley Bedich.
Mm-hmm. Kuntz.
Cole Ross down here.
Yeah.
Qualifier.
Tyler Conley's been 2-time qualifier. I mean, it has to be probably someone that's been to state twice. Jace Alexander. Man. Ugh. I mean, I'd probably say Freeman, then Roberson, Montgomery.
Yeah, I like Wagner too.
Yeah.
So where do you fit Wagner and Heath, Pearson? Those 3 right there are pretty. I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, guys.
I think Pearson.
I don't know what you're talking about, Andy. I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing. So, yeah, there's some.
Okay.
Man, anyone want to vote?
So all these guys are 26.
Yeah.
So we got the state rankings go: Dalton, Allstott, Roberson, Lowry, Pearson, Montgomery.
Jeez.
That's how the rankings go. So
can't go against the rankings.
I know, man. I was in the rankings.
Oh yeah, Freeman's at 20. Do we put Freeman in there? He's been a semifinalist. Yeah, Heath beat Wagner.
Yeah.
So Heath's gonna be over Wagner. And yeah, so we put Freeman at number 8, since he's the highest placing returner.
Yeah.
Some good. And so then
Heath 9.
Heath 9. That looks
You said
good.
he beat Wagner?
Yeah, he beat Wagner last year for 5th.
Okay.
And then, heck, we can go to 15 here.
Yeah, oh yeah. Because I think this next set of guys are all like right in that same mix.
Yeah. I'd say Pearson placing twice. I'd put him at
Who has the
10.
least amount who has the least amount of loss at state? Alex Cotty by a lot.
Yes. 2. Well, I guess there's a lot of guys that have. I
Of
mean,
those guys, I mean
Poindexter.
Heath or Freeman only has the one loss at state.
Yeah.
Even in the state series.
Yeah. All those qualifiers only have 1 or 2, if you want to get technical. But yeah.
Poindexter's a senior. We have that wrong on there.
Oh, oops. Is that right in the database?
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
do we have him right on the database? I'm gonna go check that out. No, I have him wrong on the database. Come on, AJ. You gotta tell me this stuff.
someone told me I was supposed to tell you. Someone already told me that I was supposed to tell you. That's on me.
Okay, we got it fixed now.
David Pearson had the least amount of losses,
Yeah,
right?
Pearson and Montgomery would be the same. They're both 4th, 5th.
Yeah.
I'd go probably Pearson, Wagner.
It was Spikes. Spikes.
I have Pearson, Wagner, Roberson, then Montgomery. Yes.
We're trying to get you an extra year eligibility, man. Trying to keep you from George Mason.
Yes. I don't think Coach Beasley would like that. He's like, I want him now. I have, let's see if you confirm, Pearson 10, 11 Wagner, 12 Roberson, 13 Montgomery.
Yeah, I think so.
And then we'll put 2 more. Our last you got Cole Ross is a 2-time qualifier. Tyler Conley, 2-time qualifier.
I like Cole Ross up there.
Yeah.
I think just kind of fell in some tough spots, man.
Yeah.
I'm moving him. I see you on there.
And then 50.
I would say Cole Ross are the guys on there in the rankings. Probably one of the stronger resumes without having a medal.
Yeah. And obviously, in all honesty, he beat. He actually beat the number 8 guy in a wrestle off. To get him from the varsity lineup. So that's that's one of those things that So maybe you should be over him since obviously they win in the wrestling room.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I can see, obviously I am predicting that Cole Ross and Cotty could be under the lights,
Yeah.
or in the semis. Yeah. But it's definitely one of those tough things where you feel like, Alex Freeman's been in the semifinals.
Mm-hmm. Then we got one more spot, 15. You got Jaden Reynolds, Malik Hall, Jace Alexander, who's been to state twice, Harper Deadman. Those are the only placers left. A bunch of guys that have been to state once. Anyone that's sneaking into there that we're like, whoa. Any top ranked guys? I'm kind of looking through the.
Harper Deadman's still undefeated.
Yeah.
More 26s. Jaden Reynolds got a couple losses. Malik Hall got the 3 losses to Bedich.
Yeah, I like Reynolds. Reynolds had a really good state series last year. Alexander has, he's pretty tough.
Well, I think the thing that really about like a Malik Hall. I mean, I don't think he's very big. Mm-hmm. I think that he could be a 13. I just think that they're not. He's wrestling. I mean, I don't think his weight at the Al Smith was very high. Someone told me it was 22, but on the weigh-in sheet, I think it was 20.
Yeah, and that was.
You're
right. Pounds there too. So.
Yeah, you're right there. Mm-hmm. I think if he's at 13, it's a different conversation. He might not have a lot. He'd probably had to wrestle Cotty. Cotty beat him at Al Smith last year. He'd probably have a solo loss, maybe.
Yeah. You want to go Malik Hall there? at 15 or Reynolds? What are you thinking? Ooh, man.
Uh,
I go
yeah, I
Miller.
think so. Malik Hall or Harper Deadman. I haven't seen enough of Harper Deadman. I mean, seventh last year. I mean, I think I slept on Harper Deadman last year. I didn't give him. I don't even know. He might have been the final ranker and he wasn't ranked. He got a medal, so I don't want to sleep on him twice.
Yeah, we'll put Hall in there. Hall was at that was the same weight there, so he had to beat possibly beaten him. So um, got recap this: Alex Cotty, Blake
Yeah, and
Borman.
he beat. I mean, he beat Roberson in the.
Yeah, in the consolations. So yeah,
I mean, Hall had a pretty good state series last year. Too. He lost to Miller in the consolation in the fifth. Miller number one at. And then he beat Roberson. I mean, he might have beat him at semi-state also. I think he beat him twice. Roberson beat him twice, and then Hall beat him twice.
yeah. Um, so we have Cotty, Borman. Toish is a junior. Evan Bates, Brock Ellis, Aiden Warren, Ben Dalton, Gavin Allstott, Alec Freeman, Ian Heath, David Pearson, Logan Wagner, Stephen Roberson, Kyson Montgomery, Cole Ross, and Malik Hall. So yeah, that's a pretty good class there. You want to do? We can do top 10 at
Sorry, I'm
06.
when you're. It's the number one Chinese food. I don't know if it's in the whole world or just Lowell.
Nice. Do you want to do? We might as well just do sophomore class. We'll do 10 for those because that one should be pretty easy. Since we're trying to kill some time and
Yeah.
talk. One, Jesse Mendez. Any objections? Okay, no. Zeke Seltzer, number
No,
2.
is it already? Yep, I think those are pretty good. Are we already on that one? Yeah.
Yeah,
Six,
yeah. 3. That's gonna be interesting. Um, who's a senior?
oh, it's down here.
So
Hmm.
Logan Miller. Oh yeah, no, he is a senior, isn't he? Toish is. I thought I had him as a junior. Is he a senior? No, he's a junior. He's a junior. Anyway, you got Logan Miller and Jared Brooks are the only other placers in the class. Obviously, two placers have left the state. Um,
Yeah, two guys that probably would have been in that mix.
yeah, Miller's ranked number 1 right now. I'd probably say he's probably number 3, and I know we'll get some J Mill love. You know, we can never have too much J Mill love. Based on his
Bandit, we
ranking.
was just talking about the updated thing, man. Where were you at? You could have pled your case.
Yeah, man, he's
Yeah.
Bandit needs to go to bed. It's past his bedtime.
No, man, you need to rest up.
Yeah. Let's see. Yep, you moved Kuntz in there. That's good. I'm trying to think of. See if. No, that's freshman class. This isn't sorted the best. Any other? Hayden Watson should probably be moved in there.
Yeah. I think Hayden Watson really good win last weekend. Yeah, Brady
Yeah.
Welch. Brady Welch had a good weekend at the CMA mini Trikoff event.
Yes. Hayden Watson. I'm kind of marking these guys. Those guys would be pretty good. Tatini's only a sophomore. Is that right? I thought he was like a junior. So we got Logan Miller 3.
This guy's
You got some guys that were kind of like Jared Brooks was 8th place at 106 last year. He was a semi-state champ. Elijah, he just took a loss to Sturger. He took a loss to Kinney from Mechanic-Quatu this year. Just recently, Elijah Anthony, Jay Conway, Rubel, Matt Kuntz had a real good year. Gabe Solers, Cade Law, Braden Welch, Aiden Sprague, Landon Birch, Hayden Shepard. He's out. Chris Newman, Blaze Garcia. He is not wrestling right now. That's freshman. So
yeah, I would probably say Brady Welch. Probably state qualifier, pretty solid weight last year. Stayed in the state.
yes, he did stay at the Culver. I like that one, especially because he qualified at 160 last year. I think is he at 70 this year right now, or is he's at
Yeah,
70? Um, who am
it
I
might be at
looking?
160. Look at
Yeah.
it.
Um, Cade Laws had a real good year. One Al Smith. Let's see. Ooh, man, Elijah Anthony's pretty solid. Jay Conway's having a real good year. Is Conway lost? I don't know if he.
I thought he lost to Borman right
Okay, yeah,
at the um Modern Day Classic.
yeah. Um, Sprague's having a real good season. Hayden Shepard.
Yeah, his only loss is to Tush.
Yeah. Let's see. Take those guys out. Man, there's a lot of guys. I mean, do you,
Yeah, so I like. I mean, obviously I have Matt Coons too. He was a semi-state qualifier last year at 45. Now he's at Perry. I like Cade Law. I like Gabe Sowers. I like Sprague. I like Brooks. And then, do you think they got to keep this cut, man? It gets too curly, bro. I'm not lying. Like once it gets like right here, it looks like a perm. I can't do it.
yeah. I'd say I'd probably say Cade Law mainly because
Um,
he has a little bit of credentials. I think he qualified at the weight that Kuntz did not qualify at last year, and have qualifier at what 145 or 38 where he was at. I think that's a pretty solid. What do you think there? Cade Law number 5.
yeah, I don't know. Do you think Sowers number five? Sowers a freshman state qualifier last year, 170
Wasn't he?
or 160?
Yeah,
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 and then what his loss this year? Backburner.
yeah. So okay, we got Gabe Solers there. I think you're moving it in a second. Um, Go Law number 6.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Nice. I'm gonna have to wear my Ben Dalton shirt next week. I promise I'll wear that. You get
I know, man. I had it too. I was like, man, I should wear it, but I didn't want to show favoritism. But with comments like this, how can this not be your favorite?
yes, yes. So, let's see. Here we go based a little bit more on rankings. You got Rubel and Kuntz are both pretty high this year. Um,
Yeah,
I'd say, I mean, I'd say probably Rubel then Kuntz, 7-8.
yeah, I think so.
Um,
It's a little bit easier than I thought it was going to be.
yeah, it's well, there's not quite as much data. You got
We have two more.
9 and 10. Um, Conway
We got,
Birch placed at IPO. We gotta give him credit for that. That's big.
yeah,
so
I mean, Sprague beat Brooks and Penn Shammer at ISWA State.
so yeah, yeah. Brooks might be.
We got it right here, right in front of us.
I know. Brooks might be kind of on the outside looking in. Conway was at 38 last year. I was.
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably. I'm looking at Conway, and he took Jesse down last year. So that 100% 9.
I think that might have been one of his only takedowns.
Yeah.
Giving up.
I'm sure there's only a couple people in Indiana that have taken Jesse down. Um, so we got Conway, last man in, number 10, Birch Sprague, Elijah Anthony, Jared Brooks, Chris Newman. Man, to give
What is
Brooks,
Sprague has one loss. Birch is undefeated.
yeah, and was played.
Shepard has one loss.
Yeah,
You said Brooks has two losses.
yeah, I think he's lost. He lost to a couple guys this weekend. So that he's kind of going to be the man outside. It looks like. I don't know, Birch. I don't know. I'm leaning a little more towards Birch, mainly because he had a little bit of. I mean, placing that IPO at 120 was pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see.
What do you place? He was fourth, or
Third or fourth. I'm pulling it up right now.
because that'd have been the same way with Drusus, Seltzer, and Bedic, right?
Yes, I'm pulling it up right now. He placed fourth.
He was fourth there.
Yeah, he lost to Seltzer.
I know he beat Haskins.
He beat Haskins, beat an Izzy style guy, lost to oh man, he got teched by Drusus. Beat a pretty good Michigan kid. Let's see. Let's see who's in that weight class that didn't place, because that's usually one of the one of those weights that's like, geez, you can pick out some studs that did not place. Like, ooh, that's big. That's small. That's
I know they were saying that that Izzy style kid shouldn't have been ahead of seed.
oops.
They were
Yes.
calling into tracks seeding process.
Yeah. David Pearson did not. Oh, Jacob Mann, who was a state champ from Missouri, did not place. Antonio Jefferson, Christian White didn't place. Birch beat Haskins. Uh, yeah, Brody Fogarty. I'm just looking at names I can. Yeah, so that's I'm gonna say Birch, man. I mean, that's a pretty solid result and a pretty good weight.
Yeah.
I mean, and he has pretty much the same, and he's undefeated this year. So that'll probably change after this year. So, I mean, yeah, those are some interesting weight.
You said Mann was a Missouri State champ.
Yeah, and I think he might have been like nationally ranked type guy.
Yeah, he got pinned in 30 seconds by Colton Drusus.
Oh, geez, yeah, Drusus is pretty good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure Drusus would be pretty high on that list if he was still competing in Indiana on the senior list.
yes, he would. Division One, obviously. So, oops, wrong thing. So hey, we got two knocked out. We got some good stuff going on. So, next week we'll probably go on Friday or Sunday. I mean, why did I say Friday? We got some. I got to check out the board. We got seating. I'm sure there's some good seating stories. Not too much at Carroll. The first weight's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're good. So, it'll be interesting. So, any other things to go over? I'm gonna start pumping more of those all time all decade things. I'm gonna probably put one up tomorrow morning, just so we can get a few of those out and we can talk about those. Since next week will be a little bit slower because there's not gonna be a lot of crazy results, but it'll be fun.
Maybe.
I'm gonna say that. Oh yes, are we
Oh
gonna?
yeah.
Yes, the team state.
Yeah. You know what? I thought that was awesome, man. I was just telling someone about that. I think we talked about it a little bit. Like, how awesome is it that we have a president that like listened to the people, right?
Yes, that was
Like
nice.
everyone was kind of upset, and then Ratliff's like, "Cool, we fixed it."
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome, man. I thought that was really good
Yeah.
because I thought, like once I thought about it, like obviously I don't have, everyone says, "Oh, I don't have a dog in the fight." Like I really don't. Like I don't have anything. I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah, and then that he like monitors the board, like went back and was like, "Yeah, you know what? This is messed up. Let's do it."
Yeah, no, that's good. 12 qualifiers in 1 and 2A, 8 and 3 and 4A. And Dane and I talked about it on the High School Wrestling Weekly last week. So check that out.
Did they serve you any food?
Did they what? No,
Did they serve you any food? Because when we went there, I was like ready to try this double cut, ribeye, but they had us in the back, man. We had to go in the banquet room.
Yeah, no, it was actually at Carroll, so they didn't have any food. I could have probably maybe grabbed some popcorn or something. So, yeah, I was the first two.
I was ready to go crazy on that. I know, man. I'm a little disappointed. I thought about driving up and just doing a pop in. That'd have been really embarrassing. So I'd have been in Belmont.
Yeah,
I've been in Decatur.
Yeah. So, yeah, Dane and I, we talked about that a little bit. and they're gonna split it up the classes up a little bit differently. Oh, jeez, I gotta pull that up now.
Well, you're gonna have like some because you're gonna have some schools combining, so the it's gonna be off now, right? They're gonna have to
Um,
do some of these sectionals also, right?
yeah, um, yeah, they're gonna have to redo. I know they're gonna have to redo. I think we're due for a sectional realignment this off season. So at least from that's what I heard from like Falcons and some other people. Obviously, up here, the Goshen or Elkhart Memorial Sectional only has 8 teams, and Elkhart schools are combining, so there's only going to be 7 teams, and so that's going to be interesting because that's an Elkhart school. I mean, you could easily pull in a Mishawaka Penn, and he could bring in 2 or 3 teams from there. Some South Bend teams.
Wawasee.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Wawasee.
Wawasee was there before.
Yep, Wawasee used to go to heck. They were in our regional. They were in the Carroll Regional.
I think that that's probably the easy one, right? That's over there.
Yeah,
Um,
Wawasee, Warsaw. Um,
are they the furthest east of those schools?
I do not know.
Probably close to them in Warsaw, right?
Yeah, I believe. I wonder.
I think. I think. I mean, I don't think it's next this year, but next year the Hammond schools combining, you're going to need two at that East Chicago sectional. Not to rain on anyone's success. I know Maryville's been dominating that, but um, right now there's only a couple teams that are even like bringing full squads to that. I think when they pulled Lake Central to Crown Point, I think that really softened up that sectional. I appreciate the teams that are struggling to get guys that are filling weights, but I mean, Maryville's taking 14 to the regional with the chance to take 14 to the semi-state every year.
Yeah. Nick, our good friend Nick, he did some maps back when the last realignment. Yes, Wawasee is the furthest. That's the closest one to Fort Wayne um, that there
Our
is.
good friend Nick, which Nick?
Weesjohn.
Uh,
I have this old
the
document.
legend Nick.
Yep, it's on the Google Docs. I shared. I was like, I think this is out there. So you got Warsaw and Wawasee are the closest to Fort Wayne, but you also have like Penn. Is that really Penn? Penn is technically the closest to the Elkhart sectional because they're right there, and then you have all the South Bend schools. So that could be very. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Harper's gonna be coming to Fort Wayne. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see more Harper. The more Harper you can get, the better.
Yeah,
So
that'd be good for you. I mean, it'd be bad for East Chicago because they're a strong team and they always have a good representation. But that'd probably be good for Fort Wayne. Add another like strong team in there.
yeah, it looks like they have 8 at their sectional though. So that would then they'd have to pull from somewhere else then to that sectional, and that sectional is pretty close knit.
Maybe
Crazy.
maybe Glen. How close is Glen? Or New Prairie's not that far from them, right? New Prairie had to get off on like 12:20.
There's 9.
It's like right on that.
Yeah, there's 9 teams at the. Is that the Plymouth sectional, or is it the?
Nick, how close is New Prairie to South Bend, man?
um,
Don't play like you've always had that maroon from Garrett. We know.
yeah, yeah. There's one, two. There's 9 teams at the other sectional, so it'd be interesting if they pull from there. Um,
Which other sectional?
from the is it the Plymouth sectional? I think it's the Plymouth sectional. That's what it is. Um, yeah,
That's where Wawasee and Warsaw are at, though, right?
yeah. So you'd have to pull. Yeah, so you can't really mess with that too much. That's gonna be. I'm glad I'm not in that. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how that. I know that's a lot of work to go into that, and I know they bring in
Well,
some
if you were to pull Penn, if they
pen.
pulled Penn, New Prairie would just slide out to Michigan.
Yeah, that could be. That
10 minutes.
would.
I didn't think it was far. I mean,
Yeah,
I do like 95 down that road. Just whenever we do the Al Smith, so I
they're gonna
see.
have to. They'd have to almost do kind of a domino effect because there's only 8 at the Laporte sectional. There's only 8 at the. Yeah, they'd almost have to do. See what you said. Hammond is it Hammond schools combining? Is that what you said?
Hammond, Gavitt, and Morton, and Hammond, Clark, and Hammond High.
So there's Hammond and Hammond Clark. That's gonna be one. Morton and Gavitt. Oh, So that's going to make the East Chicago have 8. Crown Point has 8. Portage has 8. LaPorte has 8. Plymouth is the only one with 9. Mishawaka has 9, I
So you
guess.
guys,
Or no, they have 8. Um, so
so you guys will probably be getting Wawasee back.
that'd be the only one that you could. I mean, that'd be the closest one. Because you can't really pull out of those other sectionals, or someone else is, or Wallacee's going to have to go up to, someone like Wallacee's going to have to go up uh, to Mishawaka, and then Twin Lakes and Lafayette Jeff have 12 and 10 teams, but that's a pretty far drive for a sectional for some of those teams. I
Yeah.
guess you could probably maybe pull in like a Winnemac
I
and
mean,
maybe head up to Plymouth. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'll have to share these.
maybe something. What if it went crazy? That wouldn't work because that'd be coming from Yorktown. I'd say because Attica could pull back into Newcastle, and then maybe like nah, I don't know.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, Fort Wayne's very
It'd be
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I know we're going to do that. As far as like the team state stuff, I think that's good. The 3A is going or 4A is going to be anyone 2,000 kids or more. The 3A is going to be the next 25% is what I read, um, of the teams that are left, which that'll be about 280 teams. So 280 times 25% is about 70 teams. So that means, is that right? That's not right. Something like that. No, did they say 70? Yeah, I think that's 25%, which that's gonna be about 70 teams. And then the next two divisions are gonna be about 90-ish. I think is what they said. Um, so
You guys
that
went Tippecanoe Valley at Fort Wayne? They drive past Rochester.
yeah,
I forgot about Tippecanoe Valley.
oh, Tippy Valley.
They got a guy that's like 32-1 at 113. Drake
Yeah,
onto Elo or
yeah. That's in Akron, Ohio, Indiana, right there. Yeah, they travel. I guess they could hit in there. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see how they fill that out. Just because up north, they're right where the that Goshen or that Elkhart sectional is. You're gonna have to almost. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they do. I know like Jay County and stuff used to be in the Newcastle semi-state, so I don't know if they're gonna how they're gonna do that. Definitely not a job I want to have to figure that out because if they put my name on it, people are gonna hate me and think I caused that.
ah man. And you just get more pictures hanging up.
Yeah. What's interesting that this whole chunk. I wonder if I can share this. At source, screen capture.
Dude, I think it's crazy. Attica comes EC. Attica's like not that far from Terre Haute.
Let's see,
They're
Greece.
past like North Newton.
Let's see. Can I? How do I do this? Exclusive. No. Let's refresh. Okay, let's delete that. We're gonna try if we can get this on there. At source, screen capture, monitor. Okay, might as well just do my monitor too. There we go. Look at this. I don't know if you can. I'm covering up Mike,
This is the
but
Fort.
yeah, that's the Fort Wayne area.
This is the.
And if you look right in that middle block where there's nothing, you see my mouse? Oh, there we go. See my mouse right here. Those teams all go to East Chicago.
Where that's where Wawasee and Warsaw are at.
Yeah, and if you go, here's the East Chicago map.
Beautiful. Look at all that. Look at all that happening up there in the region.
Yeah, look at all those teams there. So that's what we're gonna. Yeah, so yeah, I mean, you could easily take that whole chunk right here. Could almost go to Fort Wayne, and then I don't know what you're gonna do with. I mean, the chunk right here. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Oops, I don't know what you're
We're
gonna do
gonna
with.
get Kokomo back. Kokomo used to come to EC for a while.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah,
And I'd say like maybe 2000 they were there.
yeah,
Frankfurt used to be there. I remember they used to have this like monster named Patrick Lucio. He used to wrestle Tim Maldonado all the time.
yeah.
Josh Burge. You got Josh Burge, Andrew Bradbury ticket round match.
Nice. Yeah. And here's Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's
This
not
is
that far.
pretty.
I was looking at.
You really can't do much there. other than maybe try to get Brownsburg and all them into there. Evansville. Evansville is just the southern area. That is just a mess. Because if you look down there, these teams are like overlapping and they're going to different sectionals, like right here. They're
Yeah,
like right next to each other,
that one's
and they're
like
going.
that one's a weird one though. They go to like Floyd Central goes up to like Bloomington South now, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find
And
where.
they're like literally like right on the river, right? That's like they're closer to Kentucky than they are to Bloomington.
Where is this section? Where's Bloomington? There's Floyd Central. They go to.
Garrett said they went Penn and someone else really good. Then we're running out of good teams, bro. What are you doing?
Yes. Yeah. Where is this? There's North Knox. What is this sectional? Trying to find the sectional exactly. What this Bloomington. Yeah, Crawford. Yeah, so that this is all a mess. I don't know. I don't want to mess with. I think they go to. Who does host this sectional down here? Where Floyd Central is. You're gonna see my all my fun stuff. State series.
He's gonna have all of
Oh,
his
Southridge.
passwords on there.
Yeah, Southridge is where. Where is Southridge? Anyone know where Southridge is? There it is. Yeah, there's
It's down south.
Southridge.
It's
Yeah, this is Southridge. So all these teams go there. Man, that's just a cluster. I'll have to share these. I think Nick shared them one time, but yeah, it's gonna be interesting when that comes up. And then you have all, of course, you have all these Indianapolis area teams, and then they all go down. They take that long trip down to there. So yeah,
far.
Fort Wayne and East Chicago are going to be interesting. I think they're going to be affected, obviously, by the schools closing. That they're going to be very interesting there. So brackets will be out tomorrow morning per Track Wrestling Guru. So look for those. Some might be released now, but I think they do kind of a mass release them. So everyone check them out. We will tweet that out when we get them when we receive word. So
top five at 106. Pretty good.
top five.
I think I'm calling Logan Stuckman, Hayden Brady Friday night rivalry match.
Yes. Hey, the best of three. It's the rubber match.
It's
So
the rubber match. That's my prediction right now. That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling an East Chicago, Fort Wayne Friday night at 106.
no, yeah, there's a lot of love there. Yeah, get round three there. So any any other comments before we head out? Since this is getting kind of late and I need my beauty rest. Mike. Oh. Oh no. Oh no.
Set it. I can't. I can't set it up. I wish I'd let me pick those.
No, I'd like to. It'd be fun if we could seed state at least semi wise.
Yeah, I think like if you just could, I mean, me and I talked to someone about it before. I think if you just seed the four champs,
Yeah.
just like a very basic. If you just did a very basic, like, hey, let's seed the four champs, and then you separate. I mean, obviously, there's nothing else you could like. If you try to go too much into it, there's going to be too many criteria. But if you just do the four champs, I think it's easy.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be, and that's how that kind. I mean, I know Ohio does it by if they're returning, and I think it might be top five, might be top four placers. They'll be they're seeded by that how they've placed in the previous year as their district champs. So then so those guys will get separated based on how they did last year. So that's, I'd like that. That'd be, um, what's best. You want to have the best matches in the finals. You want
Yeah,
to have the best matches in the semis.
I'll do that for the cost of give me a room at the IHSA hotel right downtown, and I'll do it anonymously.
Nice. So, any other comments on this week? I know brackets are coming out, so I'm excited. We're gonna look through those, get rankings out, get the final rankings out. Anyone has any weight changes? Um, any? I mean, I know you had some we're confirming them. Um, so, I don't know. Any other comments?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Well,
Don't got anything.
we'll be back Sunday. We'll have a little bit more to talk about, and we'll have some fun stuff to talk about then over the next couple weeks. So we will see you guys next week, and have a good week of wrestling.